You are invisible in America. I spent 10 hours walking around the streets of New York City trying to talk to people, and I only got 5 people to talk to me. Most of the people that I talked to didn't even acknowledge my presence. Like, I don't care what I said. If I said, hello, how are you, how you doing, what's up? People would just look right through me. And about at I think like the 9 hour mark, like I had this feeling of dread, a feeling of depression just washed over me. And I'm just like, damn,
cloud coming
like,
over.
is it really this hard? This is what life's supposed to be? And then I remember, like, I don't have to be here. Like, I can just go back to like Kenya or go to like Thailand. But for the people who haven't traveled and didn't have that experience of the other side of life, how life should be, like when you don't have to like put in massive amounts of effort to have human interaction, to have a conversation with somebody. Could you imagine that? I literally spent 10 hours wandering around the streets of New York just to get 5 people to talk to me.
I wonder what part he was in. Like Manhattan. Did he go to Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Harlem? You know,
Albany. I'm just playing.
that's a little far. If he was going to like areas like those, like because each area is usually different. So I wonder.
Who has the time to do that? And number one, who's gonna deal with that amount of rejection? See, me, I'm a little unique. Like, I don't have any problems getting rejected. Like, I don't care. It don't bother me. I'm like, whatever. If somebody doesn't say hi to me, no dirt off my shoulders. Like, if somebody say, like, one girl tried to fight me in Times Square, actually. She tried to turn up, but like, that's a whole nother story. But who's gonna put up with this amount of rejection just to get 5 people to talk to you? And then out of the 5 people that I talked to, I tried to hang out with one and they ghosted me. So like
God damn.
could you imagine this? Like, this is not normal. And I'm just really just thinking about this. Like, if I was in Kenya right now, it would be super easy just to go outside and find somebody to talk to. It'd be super easy to go socialize. But here I'm putting massive amounts of effort to go talk to people, and it's resulting in nothing. And like, I really feel like I'm invisible. Like, when I was walking through the street saying hello to people, saying hi to people, like, they look through your soul. Like, they just look, I could have just been a ghost. Call me Casper. And I'm like, damn, like, I'm feeling the exact opposite of what I felt when I was in Kenya. Like, when I was in Kenya, I had this feeling of zen, of peace. Like, I felt like I had no burden on me. But now that I've been back in the States for like almost, like, I think 2 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks now, like, that burden is back. It's like, damn, like, every day is a struggle. Like, you got the burden of, like, I don't know what it is about the States, but like, as soon as you get back to the States, it feels like you have to like run at 100 miles per hour. You really feel like you have to run at 100 miles per hour just to stand still. And then you have no social life. Like, of course I have some friends here already, but like, they're always busy. And then like, me doing a social experiment, trying to actually go around the city and actually like, okay, what do people do? What do you do? How is your social life? And everybody had the same story. Oh, I just stay in the house. Yeah, I go on social media sometimes, watch Netflix. So I'm like, what do you do when you want to go like socialize and all that?
In the house?
No, I don't go outside.
Or on your phone?
No, I don't go outside. Like,
Antisocial.
I mean, but so
what else
do you think it's easy having a social life here? No, you go join some clubs. Like, this is some of the answers some of the girls gave me. Like, oh yeah, go join some clubs and do all this. I'm like,
what club?
Yeah.
Okay, but realistically,
yeah, exactly the look I would give them to. I'd be like,
why is there an ad
What
inside?
club?
But outside of that club, like, what do you do? Like, can you just have a social life? I don't know. It felt like somebody was walking behind me again. Fucking wind. but nobody sounds like they were having an enriching social life. It felt like everybody just sat at home, was either on social media or watching TV and doing nothing. And it sounds like they don't talk to people. And also, I feel like this struggle is multiplied 10 times if you're a guy. Cause like guys, or even just not, even just talking about guys, dating. If you're trying to date in the States, like just forget about it. I met, I think about what, 3 girls when I was doing this experiment in the city, and all 3 of them said they don't go outside. So like,
Cap.
Yeah,
if
that's
you're a
definitely
single
cap.
guy in the States, what would you do to meet somebody? If most of the women that I talk to, out of the whole social experience, they don't go outside. So what are you gonna do? Just like go on go in DMs on Instagram, Tinder. Fucking forget about Tinder. Like, just forget about Tinder. Like Tinder, Bumble. I wouldn't even waste my time. I wouldn't even install those apps on your phone. They're just a huge waste of time.
I agree. They are
So,
a waste of time.
If you're a single guy trying to date in the States, like, what options do you have? Like, because you're not meeting people outside. Like, I pretty much proved that. Like, if you can't go to one of the busiest cities in the world, spend 10 hours walking around the city, and you only get to talk to 5 people. And out of those 5 people that you talk to, you try to interact with one of them. It was one girl. I tried to interact with her, try to link up with her. That went nowhere. So let's look at those numbers. 10 hours, 5 people. You try to interact with one person, it goes nowhere. Now multiply that. Now,
Time wasted.
most people don't have time to be walking around the city 10 hours. And that's
Yeah,
over the
you
course of 2
definitely
days.
have time on your hands
One
doing
time I did
that.
7 hours, the other time I did 3 hours. Like, it's just depressing. Like, that's the only word. It's literally depressed. Like, that's how I felt. Like I said, I started to feel depressed. I haven't felt depressed in a long, long time. Like, I can't really honestly remember the last time I was depressed. Maybe when, like, my grandma died. That's probably the last time I felt depressed or sorrow. But doing this social experiment in America, trying to have a social life here, was the first time I felt sorrow in a long time. And it's just like, I know I probably sound like I'm all over the place, but it's just, like, what do you gotta do? Like, I
Hey,
don't
man,
even know
body
the
game, bro.
solution.
Nah, it ain't no damn body gang. No, because not
Hey, man.
everybody wants to go be a gym rat, you know what I'm saying? Just to get the basic human interaction. But I just want to stop it here because I didn't want to make the video too long. But I guess I'll go first. Shout out to him for, you know, doing us a service with that social experiment. I mean, I could have told him that, honestly. But shout out to New York because, you know, I got family up there. But honestly, I had 2 buddies go up there and people came and talked to them, surprisingly. And when I was in New York, people came and talked to me, or I was in a situation where I had to interact with them. But because he's going up and talking to them, they're probably not used to that because up north, people are really cold to each other. You know what I'm saying? Unless they have a reason to talk to you, they're really not going to talk to you like that. And if they do see you talking to them like that, they may think you up to something or you trying to set them up. Because that's the type of like violent atmosphere that we've created here in the States, especially in a place like New York. But long story short, yes, I had to ask myself this question years back ago. If you're not doing drugs, you're not going to clubs, you're not clubbing for no reason, you're not hanging around a certain group of people, you're not smoking weed, you're not like, you know, you're not doing those type of popular activities that bring people around each other. How are you really going to interact with somebody other than work in that? Other than, I mean, your next options are school, work, school, and church. And it's to the point where it's like, just in general here, people like being to themselves. And I've spoken about this before, that there's this self-importance that everybody has now, the self-love thing. It's like, in order not to get hurt, I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'm going to let them come to me. I attract, I don't chase. And it's just like how do you expect to get worthy people in your life acting like that? Because the people that come to you could have malintent if you wait on them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A relationship is a two-way street. You have to treat the person equally, like the way they're going to treat you. But obviously that's common sense, right? But common sense is not so common. But the long story short of it, that's why you got to take this flight, man. Because I want to go to Kenya too. I'm like, no, I'm heading to Nairobi as well, bro. Like, going to other places, because, like I said, over here, it just seems like everybody's working and everybody's concerned about clout and money. So they don't got time to socialize with you, because their time is so
precious.
important. It's so precious. It's like, I don't want to waste it with a low life like you. Are you famous? Do you have clout? It's like, if he had mentioned those things, yeah, they would have definitely be up for conversation to use them, but not for anything genuine. And people be like, well, that's just some people. That's the culture that we created here. People here have subconsciously created that type of culture. It's like that now. If you ain't got clout, they really don't want to interact with you. Or you don't got something to offer, they don't really care what you have to say. So for guys who's going through this, I'm sure y'all smart enough to figure it out, man. Get that passport, bro. Like, you got to go other places where, you're going to stand out and be different from other people. But like he said, you kind of stuck in a box if you stay here too long. But you go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, shout out to the guy for doing the experiment. But I don't know. When it comes to people interactions, I've always heard New York was never really the kind of place to do that over there. But for me to make my final judgment, I would have to be the one to actually go there and travel and see for myself. But usually, for the most part, I always hear that when they went over there. I mean, they have nice places to visit and see and activities to do. But like, I've always heard the people interaction was like, kind of iffy, due to, they kind of enclosed to themselves and, about their business, because it's so fast paced over there. But just mainly talking about his situation, how he was getting rejected. I just feel like, I feel like that's something that everybody has been struggling, because everybody in this age now is just, always focusing on, especially on their phones or what's the next trending thing. And, and since we live in a society where everybody is working a lot, it's like nobody really has the time to like stop by and, greet their neighbors or say hi to other people. They just, on to the next. It's like boom, boom, boom. I'm over here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to this place. Boom, boom, boom. I'm back home and doing the same thing repeated over and over again. So I just think that this is a society that, we as people have created, is just that we just put too much emphasis. We just put too much emphasis on just the now, and not really putting any work between from the future and onward, just because everybody is so preoccupied on, how they feel, or, just their day-to-day interactions and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Basically.
the only place like you can go and try to figure your where you can fit in is probably like travel to different places and stuff. Again, like I said, it don't have to be overseas. It could probably be other places in the States. I'm pretty sure you can have a better, because there's multiple places you can go to, but it seems like overseas, all the foreign countries where everybody apparently has a social life over there.
For the guys, anyway. The guys.
For the men, of course.
For the guys.
Of course.
Because, especially for guys, this definitely applies, because here the country is engineered to not like men or not trust men, or men are considered toxic. So as a dude, especially as a dude, you tend to have people that's going to be more against you than for you, unless you're like appealing in some sort of fashion. And another thing that I wanted to point out is because, like you said about the technology stuff, a lot of people are not even friends with people in their proximity. They're friends with somebody across the states. Like, you'll be living in California and their best friend lives in New Jersey. They got a lot of relationships like that nowadays. Like long, like not just long distance, like relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. They got long distant friendships. You know what I'm saying? You got friends in Canada. You got friends in Mexico. You got friends in Idaho. Like
I view
people,
as like acquaintances because you guys probably have never hanged out in the real for real.
and that's the thing. They never hang out in the real world, but then they'll make an effort to meet each other in the real world. And I know somebody like that in my personal life who was friends with somebody for 10 years until they met him in person. And I'm like, so wait, y'all was friends for 10 years, which I never met. Yeah, no, we didn't meet until after the 10 years. I'm like,
That's a long time.
yo. They were kids at the time though. They were kids.
Wow.
They were online, and then they met each other when they both turned 19 or something like that. It was a girl.
Okay.
It was one of the girls in the family. But I'm just saying in general, like it's just crazy to me how you can't be friends with people right in front of you, but you could be friends with somebody all the way somewhere else. And kind of makes sense, you know, meeting your real tribe technically might not be in your immediate area, but it might be somewhere else. Because you're doing whatever activity you're doing online that puts those people, those like-minded people with you in that same group. That's all I had though.
So, I mean, that's all we have to say about the video. If you guys have any comments you want to say about this video or the comments we said about this reaction, please let us know in the comment section down below. And also, help us to get 2K subscribers. We're almost there before the year is over. It'd be greatly appreciated, you know, to help us reach our goal. And also, if you want to buy, you know, support us through merch, you can get that in the link in the description down below. And just, you know, shout us out if you're able to get one. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys have any feedback or recommendations, you can hit us up on our social media or email down below. And then we see you guys in the next video.
Peace.
Lost in the